Okay, so we are going to just do a review of rounding, just in case you need a refresher, or if there's some spots you get stuck on. Hopefully I can clear that up in this video. So on this slide, we just have a chart that shows us the decimal place value. Okay, so on it you can see the names of the places. Those are right there. I'm going to rotate it. Okay, so in this number, this is 3,684.26. Okay, so this 3 is in the thousandths place. If you work from the decimal, you can see, okay, there's 4 ones, 8 tens, 6 hundreds, 3 thousands. Okay, and then if you look to the right of the decimal point, they all end in a TH. Okay, so that's how you know what side of the decimal point you're using. So if it has a TH at the end of it, like tenths, hundredths, thousandths, okay, and we can keep going, that means it's going to be after the decimal. So anything to the right is after the decimal. Okay, and that means that anything to the left is before the decimal. And that's how we talk about it. Okay, so we don't have a oneths place. Okay, so it just starts on tenths. So let's use that to practice our rounding. Okay, and here's a little rhyme you can remember. So find your place, look next door, 5 or greater, add 1 more, 4 or less, let it rest. All digits in front stay the same, all digits behind, 0 is their name. So let's say, I'll wipe this out for you. We'll practice this one together. Okay, round 10.26 to the nearest tenth. Okay, if I remember from our chart that we just did, the 2 is in the tenths place. Okay, so that's 1 decimal place. Okay, and I look next door to the right. So I underline it and then look to the right. 6 is bigger than 5, so I'm going to add 1 to that 2. So it becomes 10.3. And I can skip this one. All digits in front stay the same, so that 10 stayed the same. And all digits behind, 0 is their name. So I could put a 0 instead of that 6. Or since 0 is like a placeholder and there's no hundredths right there, I can just do 10.3. Either one is fine. Okay? Okay, same thing with this one. We'll do a few examples. Oops. It would help if I didn't erase the number, wouldn't it? Okay, so round to the nearest whole number. Well, that means the ones place. Okay. So I find my place, I look next door. Did that step. 5 or greater, add 1 more. 9 is bigger than 5, so I add 1 to the 7. Okay, so this becomes 8. There's no digits in front, so it's just 8. Then all digits behind become 0. So anything to the left of that 7 becomes a 0. So 8.0 or just 8. let's change this one. So on the side, I have some examples. Let's round 2.51 to the nearest tenth. So here's my tenths place. I'll make it a brighter color that we can see. Okay, I look next door. 5 or greater, add 1 more. Well, 1 is less than 5, so I'm not going to do that. It's 4 or less, so I'm just going to let it rest. Okay, so it's not going to do anything. This is going to stay the same. And then all digits behind my place turn into a 0. So this is just 2.5. That's what it rounds to. Okay. Round 2.78 to the nearest hundredth. Okay. 8 is in my hundredths place. Remember that if I don't have a number in a place value, if it's to the left or to the right of the first or last number, so in this case it's to the right of the last number, I can just add a 0 as a placeholder. Okay, 0 is 4 or less, so this 8 is going to stay the same, and everything behind it becomes a 0. Okay, so this one's already rounded. We don't have to do anything since there's no other numbers after the hundredths place. Okay, let's do a couple more. Round 3.6666. That 6 repeats to the nearest hundredth. Okay, underline my hundredths place. Look next door. 6 is bigger than 5, so I'm going to add 1 more. And then all digits behind 0 is their name. Or you can write it like this. Okay. All right, last example. Round 2.957 to the nearest tenth. The 9 is in my tenths place. So I find my place. I look to the right. 5 is 5 or greater, so I add 1 to the 9. That becomes a 10, so I have to write the 0, carry the 1, and add that 1 to 2. Okay, and then all digits in front, we had to carry over our 1s. Then all digits behind, 0 is their name. So this one rounds to 3. Alright, so hopefully this helped, gave you a refresher on rounding. If you still need some help, just let me know and I will be happy to help you.